What's up, everybody? Welcome to March. Thank you, Mark. Welcome in, everyone. We're finishing up the game against, this is NC State Carolina going on at the moment. NC State had cut it down to 5, but now it's 7 to Carolina. I don't expect Carolina to actually lose this game at all, as they miss a shot there. But this is, of course, trying to sort of set up the end of season rematch between Duke and Carolina, assuming both teams are able to win out. Carolina, honestly, a little lucky here. I think that they get NC State at home, whereas us, we have to go to like NC State on the road. And RJ Davis just managing. He had, what, 10 points until the last 2 minutes of the game. And he's got 4 points in the last 2 possessions. I guess NC State did a pretty good job. I mean, we did a pretty good job on RJ Davis, too, holding him 12 points before the eventual scoring there at the end with a bunch of free throws and whatnot. Welcome in, Chris. Welcome in, everyone. I must say, I might be a little under the weather. I'm not really sure. I haven't felt 100% for the last, like, I don't know, half day. But I think I'm, like, kind of there right now. It's interesting. Yeah. I think I'm there. And we're ready to do this game. I have enough energy to make it through the game, I'm pretty sure. So we should be all right. All right, we're going to be on ESPN News to start. Of course, important game today. Duke has to win out if we want at least a share of the ACC at the end. ESPN News. Uh-oh, Chris, your mom had a stomach bug. No, I don't think it's a stomach bug. I just, like, my head is a little, it's like, I don't know. I've just haven't, like, my head hasn't been feeling right. Like, but we should be all right. We should be all right. Okay. So, if it looks to you like there is a lot of new faces or new names on the Virginia side of the ledger, that's because they are. Virginia graduated a ton of folks, or there were a lot of folks that didn't get as much play time as they did in the past. Basically, 4 out of 5 starters are no longer with Virginia, although Reese Beekman is one of them, averaging about 13 points per game this season, so keep an eye on that. Also, a very key stat here that we need to keep an eye on right just before we tip this thing off. Watch the rebounding margin throughout the game. UVA is 11-0 when out-rebounding its opponents. Duke is 17-1 when out-rebounding its opponents. Which of these two teams is going to win the rebounding margin? That is going to be key to this game. Keep an eye on it, okay? Also, Virginia, a team that plays very, very clean, averaging only 4 turnovers per game. That is 9th best in the country. All right, and they have the first nationally assist-to-turnover ratio. They go about 2 assists per turnover. So let's keep an eye on those key statistics as we get this game underway. And that's going to be Groves with the 2-pointer there, as he gets the scoring ready for UVA. Mitchell is going to go and 1 here on our side, though, and that's going to be a beautiful start for Mark Mitchell, who we need a big game out of tonight. Of course, the pivotal 10 points per game 10-point scoring Mark Mitchell. We have a fantastic record when he does that. So that's what we want to see out of him today. Hopefully everybody is having a wonderful Saturday so far. It's getting late on the East Coast. It's still part of mid-afternoon here on the West Coast. The pup is going to have to wait for his walk until after this game. That's just how it is. And let's see. So Beekman here for UVA on the second possession. And Beekman looking for Groves. No, he's going to give it up here to Minor. And now he's going to be matched up against Filipowski. Now going baseline there is Ryan Dunn. That is rejected. And then UVA going to turn it over. Not quite. Almost stepped on the line. Was Ryan Dunn there. He got 12 seconds on the shot clock. Jump stop there from UVA. Comes up short. Filipowski with a rebound, and now Filipowski playing point guard. He wants to take it the whole way. He's going body to body with Jordan Minor here. They're going to call a foul. No. Up and under move for Filipowski. Not quite. Gets his own rebound and goes back up to it. Kyle Filipowski wasn't even looking for any help on that possession. Strong move by Kyle. Hold on. Where is the scoreboard? Oh, the scoreboard is working. It should be working. It is working. Orlando says my night is bad. Suarez got 2 and it's 3-0 Miami over Orlando. Uh-oh. And Filipowski gonna go again as it's 7-2 for the good guys. Look, this is like Virginia has been such an up and down team this year. They have games where they score in the 70s. They have games where they score in the 40s, and like they just can't even get anything going. It's such a mystery. There's some offense for UVA though. Ryan Dunn with the alley-oop over the top. Yeah, so NC State was up to 79-70. Yeah, I saw that. Proctor over to Filipowski here. Going to give it to McCain. Virginia hedging out really far here. Proctor going to take it himself. Oh my goodness, what a fake. What a fake by Proctor there with the left hand. Turns around and scores with the right. Woo! Puts his man on a platter and spins him around. 4 of 5 here early for Duke. 9-4. Oh, it's UVA trying to go over the top again. Actually hits the backboard. Rebound, if you will, to Filipowski, although it technically wasn't a shot. Now Mitchell 1-on-1 against Groves. Mitchell going to spin left. No, he has to get it back outside to Filipowski. Now to Proctor. Actually, now to McCain. A little give and go action here. And we've got Proctor again. He's going to try. No, he's going to give it right back to Filipowski. Beautiful interior pass to Mitchell, who gets hacked, and he is fouled by Dunn. That's a foul apiece before Dunn and Groves, the 2 big men for UVA. What fantastic pace here to get things started. Like, Duke has come out on a mission. It knows it needs to play fast. It cannot, like, be lulled to sleep by this Virginia defense. Play fast, press the gas, get out there, run, and make it happen. Push the tempo. And I think the message has been well received here by the team. And Mitchell at the free throw line for his second. This is good as well. He's hit all 3 of his free throws, and he has 5 points so far. 5 points for him, 4 points for Filipowski, 2 points for Proctor, and that's how you get to 11 for Duke. Nicholas, welcome in. Happy Saturday. Hello, friends. Welcome in, everybody. And UVA just sends it into the Duke bench. Look, the fans are into it. The team is into it. I need a big 3 right here. I need a big 3. I need a big 3 by McCain on this possession. Or Roach. Either of the 2 would be fine. Let's see. Proctor driving in, and it's going to be out on UVA. That's actually going to be the first whistle that'll take us to the TV timeout. The under 16. So we've played 4 minutes. Duke 11, UVA 4, right here in Cameron. Welcome in, everybody. Let's take a look here at, well, we'll pull up our... What? Oh, they sent us back to a Texas Tech Virginia game. All right. I guess we what? Oh my God, who's playing the ad? No. There we go. Okay. Where are my stats? Here are my stats. Live stats. Brilliant. All right, so Duke out here shooting a nice 80% to get things started. Welcome in, everybody, as we kind of recap what this game, a little bit about this game, kind of set the stage here. We've played 4 minutes. It's looking good so far. We're out and fast and running. Look, UVA here is looking for back-to-back wins in Cameron for the first time since 1982. And if we do the math, I believe that's 42 years, okay? Considering that we're out here in 2024, it's kind of crazy to think that things have gone so fast. Okay. They're also, again, UVA ranks first nationally in the assist-to-turnover ratio, although their turnovers right now about as many assists as turnovers, so that's not doing good on their side, but credit to our guys. And they are third in scoring defense, 58.7 points per game on average, so holding teams to below 60. Right now, the pace that Duke is playing is well above that, which is exactly where we want to be. The other one to sort of, we talked about this, like, Virginia being very hit or miss this year. Virginia has been very average on the road. All right, so they're the scoring average overall for UVA is down at that 59 that we talked about. But when they play on the road, that scoring average for teams for the home team goes up to 73. So that's a huge difference. It's a 14-point swing on that one, and that's kind of more along the pace that Duke is on right now. The one I had, there was like, hold on, there was an interesting one. Where did I? There was like 3 games where they just haven't scored. Oh yeah. So basically, UVA coming off the win against Boston College during the week, they won it 72-68, which is like, again, they allow a Boston College team to score 68 points on them. Like, that's crazy, right? It's a rare showing of offense from Boston College, but like, whatever. This is going after 2 straight games. They didn't even crack 44 points. Virginia lost 75-41 to Virginia Tech, and then they lost 54-44 to UNC. So this could be another one of those like games in the 40s for UVA, as is where I'd like to keep it, as McCain drives baseline and can't connect there. It looked good. That's one we're going to want back. No changes here on the floor for the starting 5 Blue Devils, as John Shire is very content with what's been going on. Carson says, not on my watch. Welcome in, Carson. And this is Dunn going left. And that's a huge block by Mark Mitchell, actually, on Ryan Dunn, who is the 8th leading shot blocker in the country and is an ACC high. So the number 1 shot blocker in the ACC gets it done right back to him by Mark Mitchell, and I guess it's going to be out on UVA, and so UVA will reset, and Dunn actually has 2 cracks at it right at the rim, and he can't finish. Duke dodges the bullet there. Filipowski really trying to go, and here's Proctor here for the 3. That's the 3 I asked for! That's the 3 I wanted! There it is. Proctor delivers. 14-4. Proctor finding a little bit of offense here early. We'll talk about the Proctor stats of late. The assist numbers have been off the charts, even if the point numbers haven't quite been there. And here's Beekman. Beekman thinking about it. And Beekman going to the spin move, being guarded by both Filipowski and Mitchell. Mitchell going to come down with the board as the Beekman shot misses. McCain up ahead. Give me another one. Give me another one. Give me another 3. Give me another 3. Mitchell. He's caught for, travel. He's caught traveling. A little too quick. So we've seen now 2 Filipowski assist passes that have gone cross-court. The first one he found Mitchell. This one he found Proctor. Filipowski with the assists, man. Incredible this season. Beekman being guarded by McCain at the moment. Right now being blanked as well. You get this one to McNeely, and now it's a kick ball as it hits Filipowski's left leg. Filipowski, oddly enough, had an interesting NIL deal with Hey Dude's shoes earlier this week. I saw it came up on my Twitter feed, and the only reason I was like, wow, I actually have a pair of these shoes. They're not the Duke version of them, but I have a pair of the actual, like, they're just like beige or whatever. I was like, this advertising might actually work on me. I might actually have to go buy a pair of these, or switch mine out at least. TJ Power in the game now for McCain here, as we saw TJ Power hit a 3 the other night against Louisville, so getting a little bit more play time. Shire really trying to go into the bench here as Beekman converts and he gets 2. Those are his first 2 points of the afternoon. Let's see how TJ Power gets utilized here in this game. Is Power going to try to feed Filipowski down low? He does. UVA brings the double team, and Filipowski has to try to make a decision here. Now they're going to back off. He's going to go one-on-one. He's just going to bully his man down low, and he's going to go up and over. Yeah. Dude, Blake Buchanan from the UVA number 0 is just got completely handled by Filipowski. I kind of love it. I love this aggressiveness. We've talked so many times on this channel about, like, we've literally memed about Filipowski's 3-point shooting and, like, limiting to 3-point shots and how he needs to be more aggressive in the paint. He's shown it here early. Get it back outside to Flip. This is going to be one of those aforementioned 3-pointers, and it's going to go 19-6. Timeout, UVA. Just as we thought was going to happen. Duke is on a tear. I have to say, the thumbnail is a sleeping Blue Devil, or it's actually a Blue Devil that's been lulled to sleep by UVA. But our boys have done no sleeping tonight. We are wide awake and putting Virginia into the floor early. Now, I mean, as UVA, UVA plays a slow game. I mean, imagine the role of the score being reversed, right? Imagine you being down 6-19 to UVA. You'd be like, wow, that game, that's monstrous, it's monumental, like, right? That game is probably a little getting out of hand for you, but now UVA going to have to somehow find offense to claw itself out of a 13-point hole. I don't think so. Duke has come out here in not even the first 2 TV timeouts and made a statement. Welcome to March indeed, ladies and gentlemen. You should all be very happy about what you're seeing right now, because this is fantastic. Although we do need to play it out for, like, the full 40 minutes. Also great to see that the student section is completely packed today, include all the way to the ends. That is very nice to see. So Buchanan has to reverse the ball, get it back outside to Groves, and now Beekman, and Beekman that'll be a foul on the floor. No, they're going to give him the continuation here, as that'll be they're going to get Mitchell. No, they're going to get Filipowski with the foul as Beekman scores that. So well done out of the timeout here by Tony Bennett to draw that one up, and Beekman does convert at the free throw line, so he's got 5 to lead UVA. Yeah, like look, the student section is packed all the way past the table there. This is vintage Cameron. Fantastic energy by the students this afternoon. I love what I'm seeing here, and as Roach is trying to get himself into the scoring column, but going to give it up ahead to Proctor. Oh, that's too much. Actually, that is too much dribbling by Tyrese Proctor. Jason! This is not looking good for Virginia. No, this is not looking good for Virginia at all. Although this little silly turnover here doesn't help the situation. I thought Proctor should have just taken that, just gone in for the layup. I don't know why he felt like he needed to pass that one to Mitchell, because it's not like Mitchell's going to take an open 3 or anything. So, and Beekman is going to lose it. TJ Power on the floor. Filipowski on the floor. Roach comes up with it, and we got numbers. Sean Stewart back. Oh, between, yes! Sorry, too much happening. I can't even talk that fast. Roach, Stewart, Roach, Stewart. Dunk. In transition. I was like, who's actually going to end up taking this? 3-pointer for UVA, no good. It's just going to just rim out and go out of bounds. Can we get a replay? Can I get a replay? Can I get a replay? Can we get a replay? We get replays. We get replays! Actually, let's go back to the original play here. This is the one with Proctor. See, I don't agree with it. I don't know why he's like making that pass. That pass doesn't make any sense to me. Just go up. Just lay it in off the backboard. There's no need. I didn't think there was any need to make that pass. Anyway, a little too complicated. All right, so in any case, here we go. So we gotta get our replay here. Stewart comes in. I didn't even notice it at the time. This is great hands by Stewart. Look, Stewart starts it with the hands, then Powers on the floor. Filipowski's on the floor, and now here's the break. Pass, nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Duke out and running and playing in transition, man. You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see the energy from the freshmen, too. We've like waited all season. We have literally waited all season until March to see more out of Sean Stewart and more out of TJ Power. We're finally getting it. That play, that steal, started by Stewart with the hands, then by TJ Power, who like put his body on the line and hit the deck for it. Then Filipowski, of course, hits the deck too. Fantastic effort. And then Duke is off and running in transition. And of course, UVA's defense has no chance to set up. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right now, Duke is on pace for an 85-point game against UVA. Think about that. Yeah. All right. Before we get too far, we do have an early game on Monday, by the way. It's 7 o'clock Monday game against the Wolf Pack, the Wolves there. Up in Raleigh. All right, how is everyone doing here on this Saturday afternoon? Hopefully as good as our guys, because right now it's looking good. Pretty sure I have the foul situation right. Only 2 fouls. Let me see this one. Yeah, 2 fouls for UVA. Only 1 foul for us with the Filipowski foul. That's right where you should be. All right, perfect. That's true. So after Virginia beat us in Cameron last year, we repaid the favor, 59-49. Again, a game where Virginia didn't even crack 50 in the ACC tournament. I didn't realize that 4 teams were within a game of 4th, right there at the bottom. I guess they're all fighting with Wake Forest. So, for that final spot. Oh my gosh, Sean Stewart is wide open and Proctor just doesn't, either he doesn't see it or doesn't want to make that, thinks that pass is too risky, not sure. Either way, Roach is going to hoist for 3. Oh, that was a brick. But Stewart there with the offensive board, right place, right time. Stewart's got 4 points here in the early going. High energy Sean Stewart, man. Was it last game? Was it the Louisville game where he went 9-9, 9 points, 9 rebounds? I think that was the Louisville game, right? I gotta shift back here. Let's see. Yeah, it was. That was this 9-9 game, career highs in both those categories. Step back jump shot from UVA is an air ball by Dante Harris. That looked awful. Nice little feed to Filipowski. Filipowski power's going to be wide open if Filipowski wants it, but he doesn't. He just goes with the turnaround jump shot, and he's got 11. Filipowski in double figures before we hit the 10-minute mark of the first half. I wonder if somebody had the over. Anybody take the over on Filipowski's points for the day? Averaging 16 points a game, top 10 in the ACC, but he's got 11 right now. And Virginia looking for any sort of offensive. They've been blitzed here early. And again, this is Buchanan. Oh, no, Sean Stewart. I'm sorry, no, this was McNeely. Sean Stewart with a dumb foul here, fouling a three-point shooter. He's not even trying to close. Both him and DJ Power are trying to close. Why? A little bit of miscommunication there. Trying to determine if it's a 2 or a 3. It should be a 2. It looks like there's a foot on the line. It is a 2-point foul. Read the promo. McNeely makes the first. And he will take the second as well. So that brings the margin down to 14. Look, we've built a 14-point lead. McCain hasn't scored. Roach hasn't scored. And somehow we're up by 14, and we've been playing awesome. High screen by Filipowski. Roach passes it off to Stewart. Stewart to Filipowski, and Filipowski with a dunk. What a hockey assist there as Duke is tearing Virginia to pieces. Wow. Here's the Ryan Dunn. He's got a mismatch with Roach. He spins left, and then there are the hands by McCain. McCain intercepts the pass, and now Roach has it on the other side. Duke on offense now here, trying to feed Filipowski, and Proctor does feed him down low. It's one-on-one between Minor and Flip. Flip trying to go. No, he's actually going to knock it, and that'll be 13 seconds on the shot clock as it was tipped. Proctor trying to make it happen, the crossover dribble, step back jumper, in and out. As Proctor not quite there. Oh, Clemson is the one that's trying to move up in the ACC tournament. Okay, well, it's a good thing we don't have to play Clemson then. We got that one over with early. Beekman for 3 here, in and out. Stewart with the rebound. Roach bringing it up the floor and deciding to slow things down just a touch. Duke nursing a 16-point advantage, 8:35 to go. Presumably next whistle. No, actually, maybe not. We got 30 seconds. Proctor now, and there's Roach coming over the curl, and Roach at the ACC. Oh, so smooth. That step-back jumper is just his shot, and he gets into the box score there with 2. He has really perfected the mid-range jump shot, which is such a hard, so difficult. Oh, that's deflected from behind! That was a dunk by, who was that? Minor that gets it blocked by Stewart. God, Stewart just goes in and says, nope. Filipowski cross-court pass intercepted by UVA. Duke trying to get back in transition. Proctor does, and actually, what do we have? Foul? Oh, we have a carry. Virginia gives it right back. And so back-to-back turnovers by each team. The Roach, yes, with 2 Roaches, that's appropriate. All right, this block is insane. Hold on, go back here for a second. Where is it? Okay, there's the Roach shot. Okay, so he's gonna look at they're playing this pick and roll and up. I don't know. I just nope. Sorry. The dude thought he had a dunk. It's this very simple sort of pick and roll action. Oh my goodness. Man, that feels bad. If you're UVA, man, that's an easy 2. What a play by Sean Stewart, man. What a play. This kid just impresses me more and more every day. Every game, Sean Stewart comes out and just impresses us in slightly different ways. Quite incredible, actually. What do you think, chat? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Let's see. Duke still shooting 75% for the game. We are 12 of 16. UVA, no, yes, we're 12 of 16. UVA is 4 of 16, 25%. UVA hasn't made a 3. All right, no good there. Duke 2 of 3. Both teams have made all their free throws. And right now, we said watch the rebounding margin, right? We said UVA is 11-0 when it wins the rebounding margin. Duke is 17-1. Right now, Duke is crushing UVA on the boards. We are +6. We are 11 boards to 5. Our margin on the boards is bigger than the total number of rebounds that UVA has had in general. All right. And UVA, a team that turns it over an average of 4.8 times per game, has turned it over 5 times in the first 12 minutes. Duke with only 2 turnovers instead. 3 turnovers, 3. Looks like Wake Forest and Virginia Tech also, although the game looked a lot more out of hand than it at some point in the first half than it did at the halftime. Thought Tech's only down 9. Filipowski also, yes, this 13 points by Flip. Virginia has 11 points for the game, which should trigger the Flip is winning chat from the crazies. It's what we used to do back in the day when you had a player that had more points than the opposing team. So Flip is winning would do it right now. 29-11, 7:50 to go here in the first half. If Clemson moves to number 3 in the bracket, UNC doesn't have to play until the championship. You're assuming UNC would actually make it to the championship game. We might have round 3 of Duke UNC in the championship game. 6 seconds for Roach here as he's got 5 now. 4, 3. Gonna get it down low to Ryan Young, and Young will get it in time off the backboard. Duke took the entire shot clock and scored. Duke by 20 points. I did not see this coming, folks. That's a moving screen on number 22 done, and that's another turnover by UVA. That was a foul, dude. Ryan Young got fouled, okay? Ryan Dung brings down the right arm. That is not verticality. Dunn brings down the right arm, and Ryan Young should have been and 1. He should have been shooting a free throw. McCain going to try to feed Young again. Young feeds it to Mitchell. Mitchell is going to go up top for it! This is a blowout. This is a blowout. We haven't even played 15 minutes. The game's over. Oh my goodness, man. That Beekman comes up short. Mitchell collects the air ball. Do it again. Do it again. Give me a 3. 3 by Power. Power loads. Oh, not quite. Young with the rebound. Are we going to get an offensive board? No. Virginia comes down with it. Beekman in transition. Beekman, he will be fouled. I think it was by McCain or Roach. They're going to give it to McCain. This game is more over. This game was over as quickly as the F1 season was over this morning in Bahrain. If anybody got up early to watch the F1, Verstappen had it in turn 1. The second that the lights went out, and you're like, well, that's the season. I mean, this game is over just as fast as Beekman makes both at the line. He has 7. And the lead is only 20. I mean, Virginia's on pace to score 30, not even make it to 40 for the game. Power thought about 3 again from the same spot, jump stop in the ACC paint. And now he has to give it back outside to Roach. Young trying to go up high for the screen. He gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell with 5 seconds. Mitchell with the spin move. Mitchell gets it off the backboard. Now to Power as he collects that. Power! Oh, not quite. Mitchell with the offensive board to Roach. This is a 3. This one is going down. Oh, my goodness, it didn't go. How it didn't go, I'm not sure. But that was a wide open 3-pointer, and Roach doesn't miss many of those. This is Groves for 3 here. That's nowhere close, actually, and that's just going to go out of bounds. No, UVA is going to collect. UVA is going to, yeah, that missed the shot clock. It missed everything, man. Back to 12 on the shot clock. Virginia is 0 field goals in the last 7 minutes and 27 seconds. Remember that game against Virginia Tech when we were doing the Duke game the day after? We looked at the worm chart and we said UVA went scoreless in this Va Tech game for 9 minutes in the first half. 9 minutes. They are doing it again here in Cameron. And that's Filipowski, and it's a turnover by UVA and a dunk by Filipowski as he goes for the windmill. Woo, baby, now we're just having fun. UVA can't even get it it's gonna go off the inbounds. Beekman, oh, and he's rejected by Mitchell. Rebound to McCain. Mitchell to Filipowski. Filipowski to Roach. Roach through the legs. Roach has to get it. He falls down and gets it to McCain. Virginia defense packing it into the moment. McCain. Oh my goodness, Mitchell is wide open. The deflection lands in the lap of Roach. 8 seconds. Here's to Proctor. Proctor from the top of the key. The 3 is good! Oh, God. Oh, my God. We're up 25. I can't even believe it. This is incredible. Oh my. That shot's no good. There's no way. Out in transition. Run it. Run it, boys. No, can't quite. McCain looking for 3. McCain's going to dribble this thing for... Oh, we got a carry. ESPN said... Yeah, they said that Virginia's like... shooting at windmills or something, like... I mean... Here's your replay. I mean, the steal here... Filipowski has been wanting to take this thing coast to coast since the go, man. I mean... On basically the first possession, Filipowski was running the floor. I think it was literally on the first possession. We get her. It was after the shot by Beekman. No, it wasn't by Beekman. It was like Minor or something. Anyway, Virginia goes up 2-0 off the first possession, And like Filipowski, or maybe it was the second possession, and then just Filipowski takes it all the way himself and scores. Like, he has just been on a tear since the start. Great energy. Chalk fan, welcome in. Let's go Devils. I mean, wow. This is an emphatic win. This is an emphatic W, folks. I thought this game would bore me to tears because it's UVA. I'm so glad I was wrong. Chat, you guys said the other day that we're like, yeah, the UVA game like puts you to sleep, which is where I drew the inspiration for the thumbnail. But like, Duke refuses to go to sleep today. Glad UVA is falling. Oh, is falling to the Tar Heel side of the bracket. Well, I guess that would move, yeah, if Wake Forest, it moves Wake Forest up. Honestly, I think Duke wants another crack at Wake Forest. Like, Wake Forest is not going to beat us twice in the same season, especially, like, if it's on a neutral court in DC. It's like, it's not going to happen. In fact, I would be so bold as to say if we rematch Wake Forest in the semifinals of the ACC championship, we're gonna win by 15. Like it's a 10 to 15 point game, and it's like not even close, not even a question. But this is pretty incredible. I mean, we've seen that Duke has been playing much better ever since the first Carolina game. We're like, Duke's been playing better basketball, and like it's finally coming together. It feels like it's finally coming together for these guys. The only issue I have right now, I mean, it's hard to find issues right now, but like remember that Caleb Foster is still out. There was video of him taking like, stationary not jump shots, but like stationary shots on the baseline earlier, like pregame, which is really encouraging. But we could really like Caleb Foster was coming on really strong, and then he comes out with an injury in the second half of the Wake Forest game. That's a little concerning. Like you really want to be at full strength going into this postseason. That's really my only question mark right now. But otherwise, this is great. All right, let's get back to it here at the under 4 timeout of the first half. It feels like this first half has absolutely flown by. Duke has just refused to slow down. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go. This is Buchanan to Beekman, and Beekman over to Dunn. Dunn to McNeely, back to Beekman. And now Proctor switches on to Beekman. Beekman trying to go with between the legs, and now Dunn is going to take a three-pointer, and that's no good. And Proctor brings it across half court. I don't really want to start taking the air out of the ball just now, but you could, I guess. But no, we should not slow down. We should keep the foot on the gas. Foot on the gas. Mitchell to Proctor. 10 seconds here for Duke, and Proctor trying to reset. There's the screen by Flip. Actually, he gets it. Now Roach coming around the curl, and Roach going to give it to Proctor. Proctor's got 3 seconds. Proctor's going to go for 3. Ooh, that's a shot clock violation. Not much movement there. Lionel toy trains are pretty satisfying, says Nick. Is it more or less satisfying than being up 25 against UVA? That's the real question right now, I think. Duke cannot slow this thing down. Come on, boys. In transition, Dunn. Ooh, Dunn goes in baseline. The first Virginia field goal in 10 minutes of gameplay. 10 minutes of game. That's half the half. In 10 full minutes. Incredible. I mean, we saw this at Vodtech, right? They went 9.5, 9:40 or something like that. McCain, tough shot for McCain. McCain gonna get it to go. Those are his first points of the afternoon. Duke puts it up by 25. Did ESPN just call him the ACC Freshman of the Year? I'm pretty sure like those accolades are not assigned. Like Beekman draws Filipowski, and here's Groves, and that's no good. Never had a shot. Filipowski to Proctor. Proctor going right back to Flip. And he's got to collect. The pass wasn't quite there. Now Phillip one-on-one. He's going to go right into the body of Groves. But Groves does well there, actually, and stops Filipowski's advance. Ooh, Buchanan gets fouled by Mitchell here. I'll be the first on Mitchell, and Buchanan will go to the free throw line. Ooh, if Virginia finally misses a free throw there, as Buchanan comes up empty on the first. Was a shooting foul. He'll get a second. And Buchanan for the second one. No good on that. So UVA comes up empty possession here. And the lead remains 25. I mean, at this rate, it's going to be 30 by the time we hit the halftime. High screen by Flip. Although Virginia's defense has gotten a little bit stronger here. They've kind of finally narrowed this, honed it, packed it in, so to speak. And three-pointer no good by Proctor. Shot's no good. That should have been a foul on Dunn, and it is, actually, as Proctor hits the deck on the rebound. Ref kind of waited to see what would happen with Proctor. It's so bizarre, man. Like, the ref literally waited to see whether Proctor was going to land with both his feet. And because he didn't, he then called the foul. I mean, I guess it's just weird, right? It is a foul or it's not. It should not be conditional. That's ref just assessed a conditional foul. McCain to Filipowski. Filipowski thinking about three, but he's going to put it on the deck, and he gets it stripped. Actually, couldn't keep his dribble there. And now Beekman still probing on Filipowski, and we got a reach-in foul as Proctor is going to be called for that. Or no, Filipowski is going to be called for that. No, Proctor will be called for that. I had that right. Fifth foul for Duke here. "24 seconds left in the first half. Virginia's still looking for any semblance of offense. McNeely hits a three. All right. All right, Duke with 13 seconds, and Shire is going to call a timeout to draw something up here. It's the use it or lose it timeout anyway. You may as well call it. Shire not happy with the defense on that last three-point shot there that McNeely got off. All right, boys, don't fall asleep. Let's go. Craziness. Chalk fan, are you at the game? We got a picture from Chalk fan 91. Oh, he is at the game. We've got multiple shots here. I'm gonna pull them up at halftime. I'll pull these up at halftime. That is awesome. I love it. Live reporting from Chalk fan, live from the game. We will bring those up at halftime. We'll also discuss at halftime, by the way, next year's ACC schedule, which was released yesterday, Thursday, one of those two, Thursday maybe. It was released on Thursday. We had a chance to review that ACC schedule, a new look ACC for next season. So we'll take a look at that as well during the half, in addition to doing the scoring, the stat vamp here. All right, 13 seconds left in the half, and let's see what we have drawn up. 10, 8, 7. Roach looks like it's just going to be all Roach. He gets it blocked, and the clock's just going to run out. We got 0.1. What do we got? No, honestly, not the best play that I thought we could have come up with here, but okay. Creighton getting a win over number 5 Marquette, and actually there's not even any time to get that shot off. So there we are. All right. Very good. Welcome in, everybody. Let's all take a moment to be thankful we're not Tar Heel fans. That is true. Virginia puts up 15 points in the half, and that's it. All right. By the way, folks, if you're not in the Discord is a really fun place to be. Let's take a look. So this was live reporting actually from Chalk Fan. Let's take a look. We can turn the can we turn the desktop audio on actually? Should be my headphones, I think. Wireless headset, I think so, yes. Okay. Nope. Let's go here. All right, so this is the look at this. Live from Cameron, from Chalk Fan, thank you very much. Bringing it in, I love it. This is the pregame. This is right before the tip-off here. What great seats, by the way. He's like halfway up the bowl, so you're looking across. He's probably sitting like over here or something, like right in the middle section. That fantastic seats here for this UVA game. Congrats, dude. That is exciting. And he's got this one from when I think this was when McNeely. This is what resulted in that Filipowski run-out dunk, because this was when McNeely was inbounding it. What you don't see in the shot, of course, is going to be Filipowski guarding his man who's going to come up here and then actually steal this. It was just too early in the timeout beforehand. But this is awesome. Very, very cool. Thank you, Chalk Fan, for the live images straight from the game. Fantastic. All right, let's take a look at the stats real quick, and then we'll also take we'll run a lap through the NCAA today. What happened with UVA? Well, we're about to find out. What happened with UVA is that Duke is playing lights out at the moment. UVA is shooting 23%, Duke at 58.6. This is a UVA team who defensively, right, allows less than 60 points per game. They just gave Duke 40 and a half. All right. Now, Duke is one of the best field goal shooting teams in the ACC. So in the high 40s, actually. Yeah, 48.5 for us. So we're shooting better than normal on a UVA team, against a UVA team. UVA is only 1 of 6 from 3. We're 3 of 9. The three-point shot, not great today, but it's doing its job for us pretty well. Also, we talked about at the beginning of the game the rebounding margin, and if who won the rebounding margin would go a long way to determining who would be actually winning this game. Duke is plus 10 on the boards right now, and especially on the defensive rebounding, we are giving them close to nothing here. The second chance points, 0 for UVA. 0 second chance points. It is all one and done for Virginia. And also Virginia, a team who traditionally does not turn the ball over very much. 7 turnovers. Virginia is a team with the best assist to turnover ratio in the country. Not just the ACC, in the country. All right, at 1.8 assists per turnover Right now, they have 7 turnovers and 4 assists. This ratio has inverted itself on them. Incredible. Incredible right now. So Duke with 9 assists and only 6 turnovers. We're below our average. This is looking really, really good right now. Duke 4 steals leading to those turnovers too. So Duke with the active hands, and also Duke sort of managing to punish UVA here with the points off turnovers. So the UVA does have some as well. All right, and both teams equal number of possessions. Crazy to think that that's actually how it's going down. Happy weekend to Duke family, says Shane, grilling out and watching Duke grill UVA. I love it. I love it, Shane. Well done. Actually, the all-time meeting record with Duke and UVA is like, UVA is like 54 games or something, but like Duke has won like 130. It's crazy. There's a Duke and UVA actually played a lot, more than I had expected. Oddly enough. So, okay, so UVA with 4 fouls. Yeah, they don't foul very much, and then Duke actually with 5. So that is correct. So no foul trouble for either team. So we'll clear this out. We'll reset the scoreboard and be ready to go for the second half there. Very good. It's so funny UNC fans don't know how to spell Duke. That's what they teach at UNC. All right, so there it is. The stats. I mean, Duke just has to do more of the same. We need a complete 40-minute game from our guys. That was a quick first half. I'm hoping that we see the full 40 here. No let-ups, right? Like I don't want UVA. All of a sudden we get out of halftime and they go on this like, oh, UVA goes like a 10-0 run, and then it's like 28-40 or something, and then you're like, oh my God, like here we go. No, none of that. None of that, okay? No let up. I want Duke to come out at the halftime and us to go on a 10-0 run, and the game is done and dusted. Like, just that's it, right? Put them away. Put them away is what we need. So, all right, let's take a look around the NCAA here for a second. There's our game. That's us. There were some big games happening across many conferences, especially in the top 25. I was seeing these games have yet to tip off, actually. Hold on. There we go. South Carolina over Florida. Okay, I didn't actually realize South Carolina was ranked. These Gamecocks over here, 82-76. This Baylor over Kansas. Man, any given night in the Big 12, man. Crazy. Any given night in the Big 12. 82-74 here. Baylor over Kansas. Illinois takes that one. Yeah, that was the other crazy stat line that I saw. It was like 111-102. What? Like this is an NBA game score. Like this one's kind of nuts. 111 points by Kentucky to 102 by Arkansas. Crazy. Defense optional in this particular game. Shane saying giving a what up to Orlando. And always good to see the regulars. It is always fun to see all the regulars. Thank you very much for joining here, everybody, on this Saturday. Arizona gets the win over Oregon. Didn't realize that they have 4 losses in the Pac-12. Wow. Creighton-Marquette is another top 15 matchup here. Look, this Creighton, an interesting team to keep an eye on, I think, for March. They're always kind of there. Maybe as you're thinking about your brackets. Yeah, think about that one here. 60-52 is a low-scoring game out here, and then yeah, Carolina takes it. Auburn and South Florida. Okay, let's go. So, okay, let's go to my Twitter. It's all good. Yes, new login. It's okay. Okay. So let's do. This is the one I was looking at. Bookmarks. This one. All right. This is what I wanted to talk about. Can you actually see this? It's not up. Okay, there we go. There it is. This is the full one. I'm still scratching my head as to how we lost to Arkansas. They've gone off the rails. I mean, Shane, this is like one of the issues that had happened early in the season, right? When you look back at those games, you look back at the game against Arizona, look back at the game against Arkansas, look back at the game against Georgia Tech. These are games that we lost by 5 points. We were in all those games. They came down to the final possession. Essentially, effectively, they came down to the final possession. Duke did not make the play. Very similar, by the way, to the frustrating loss against Wake Forest the other day, where Duke, in a late game situation, we don't even get the shot off. And what was most frustrating to me about the Wake Forest loss the other day was that I felt that loss felt like a regression, because at the end of the game, to not even get the shot off meant it was the same problem that we had in the previous losses that you had just sort of called out with Arizona, Arkansas, and Georgia Tech, where we show a lack of poise down the stretch and the team and essentially panic. Right, you end up panicking, and I don't know. Like it's just like you don't run the offense effectively. The fact that you can't even get the shot off speaks volumes. That to me felt like a regression. You know, the whole game was tough. It was played very close. Obviously, you're in a hostile environment on the road at Wake Forest. You know, Wake Forest is playing to get itself into the tournament. All these things are true. But Duke should have had more poise at the end of that game. And I just think that, you know, it was it's unfortunate that we didn't we really didn't demonstrate that. So I feel like we need to sort of be building. I don't know when the next chance is going to be, obviously, but yeah, I mean, those are games we ultimately shouldn't have lost, but we did, and it is what it is. So let's take a look at the schedule for next year. Obviously, we don't know what the sequence of this is, but you do know who your opponents are, right? So you have a home and away with Wake Forest again next season, and that's unfortunate. Obviously, the home and away to Carolina, that will never change. And then you have the home and away against Miami, which is sort of interesting. We only played them once this year. But we have fewer home and aways than we do in previous years, just based on how because there are more teams, right? Like this year, you had home and away against Carolina, Wake Forest, Louisville. We had, I believe, Georgia Tech was a home and away as well this year. So there's like at least 4 there. NC State says they vow to win the rest of the season. I don't think so. We all had, maybe it wasn't. Sorry, maybe I missed. It was Notre Dame that we had the home and away with. Maybe it wasn't the other one. It wasn't Georgia Tech. I thought it was Georgia Tech though. So there's like, you know, basically 5 home and aways, and you're down to 3 here going forward. I mean, the other thing to notice, of course, is like look at the addition of the teams, right? With the collapse of the Pac-12 for next season, and all those teams, the majority of those teams going to the Big 12. You had a couple teams that were kind of in limbo. Cal, for example, SMU, and Stanford, those 3, which will join the ACC. Nothing about Atlantic or I guess at least these 2 are on a coast, but certainly not the right coast. SMU is definitely not on a coast. It's landlocked. There were more UVA air balls in the first than there are in the YMC pickup games. Chalk fan, welcome in. Thank you very much, by the way, for sending us that on Discord. I don't know if you were here at the top of our halftime show. We showed the video and the pictures you had sent us there from the. Here you go. Right. So keep sending, and we'll keep putting them up. But at least the away teams here, these away-only games, doesn't look terrible for us next season, honestly. At BC, at Georgia Tech again, at Louisville. These are not really tough games. At Syracuse, okay, Syracuse is kind of mid anyway, like whatever. At UVA, maybe, like if UVA somehow recovers and is like, actually finds some sort of offense for next season. But like, Clemson is going to be the tough one. Of these 7 road games, Clemson's the tough one, right? Away only games, I should say, because you have 10. You play 10 road games because you have one of each of these sides. And then the home only ones, you get Stanford at home, which is sort of an interesting game. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. You get Cal and Stanford at home, which I think is a very interesting setup here, because that means that Duke never has to actually travel to California. Right? Like the farthest west Duke has to go is SMU or Notre Dame, which is actually very nice. You avoid these long cross-country trips, which, believe me, they suck. And you actually have those teams coming to Cameron, coming to you. So that's a lot better. I think that schedule really works out for us nicely. We also got Virginia Tech at home, so we don't have to go play in Blacksburg, which is great. Jeff Capel will come home. And we get Florida State, traditionally a tough place to play. We get them at home. And then you get NC State at home. You don't have to play in Raleigh. We play in Raleigh this year, so we avoid that one as well. I actually think this is a very, very favorable schedule for the Blue Devils next season. I think there's like really one tough road game here in this Clemson one, and then sure, like, Carolina, obviously Carolina and Wake, but of the away only games, not much. Out of the teams where you play them only once and can't get revenge, I think we're okay. So there you go. All right, we're getting ready to kick this thing off again, I think. So that was the halftime, and what is that? Why am I muted? I'm muted for some. There we go. All right, now we're back to it. Also, you got your sugar-free Reese's, nice. You got the Takis Intense Nacho. I think Orlando would love the Takis Nachos there too. So, your down a significant amount. Don't even add it. I'll add it for you. 25. All right, boys, let's see it here. Duke will start with the ball. That means UVA has the arrow. Filipowski on Dunn, one-on-one. That is off Dunn. Sorry, it's not 25, it's 22. I gave us 3 extra points, my bad. Okay, Proctor there out of the inbounds, and Proctor drills it. Now it's 25. There it is. Proctor into double figures there with 11. Virginia will get lucky to get 50 this game. I agree. I mean, they will get lucky to get 40 too, by the way. I mean, they only scored 18 in the first. If you double it, you get 36. You don't even make it to 40. They only allowed Miami, by the way, to score 38 on them this season. We are literally reversing the roles. We are doing to them what they did to Miami. Brutal. Brutal for them. All right, and McNeely makes them both, and so that's 2 more for him. And now to Filipowski as McCain almost lands on the scorer's table. One-on-one, Filipowski and Dunn. Filipowski, gets fouled. Should have been fouled. It's going to get blocked. Actually, they're going to call it a jump ball. And they're going to give that to UVA. So Dunn finally gets his block. And that'll flip the arrow to Duke. And Dunn gets 3. Why not? Why not? Why not? Let's just shoot the 3s. Mitchell working on one-on-one on Minor. That's right. Proctor gets it back to Mitchell, and now Roach. We got 10 seconds here. And Roach going to take a really tough shot. Oh, but it goes anyway. Jeremy Roach only has 4 points today. Quiet, but... yeah, no, UVA will not come back and win this game. It's not happening. Minor over to Beekman for 3. Beekman, oh, Beekman gets it to go. Okay, all right, UVA got a little something going here offensively. It's a long 2, actually, apparently. All right, so they're managing to keep it within 20. Virginia is not coming back. Agreed. And Mitchell driving into the paint. Mitchell there. Mitchell gets fouled. And Minor will pick up a foul there. How did you find Duke basketball schedule for next? Oh, I just found it on Twitter. Somebody had posted. It just came up on my Twitter feed. Somebody had posted it. Let me see. I can post the link to the schedule. ACC, theacc.com/MBB. And Mitchell goes 1 of 2. That is apparently where they are. Beekman with 11. That's where I found it. Yeah, you can look up for. It basically tells you for any of the teams. It's not the schedule per se. It's just who they're playing. McCain from deep. Oh, in and out. Filipowski offensive board. Duke will retain possession as it was out on UVA. Good feed down low by Proctor off the inbounds, and Mitchell gets great position. He's got 10 points in double figures, and now the Mitchell stat is activated. Duke are going to go 30-2 with Mitchell scoring over 10 points. This is Beekman going baseline here. Gives it to Dunn. No, it's pass too hot to handle. Roach on transition. Roach up ahead to Proctor. Proctor slams it down with a beautiful pass. The Duke transition today has been on point. And Beekman again, good defense by Filipowski, who stayed vertical. Actually, this is the 3-pointer by Rhodey. Nope. Yeah, the dates aren't. Yeah, obviously the dates aren't official, right? It's like it doesn't tell you who plays who when. It just tells you who plays who. That's it. That's all. You know, we don't know the sequence, but like I said, I thought the most important thing was that we avoid having to fly to the West Coast. Because the 2 West Coast teams come to Cameron, which is great. Here's Roach attacking baseline, and Roach going to go up and under. Roach with 2 more. He's got 6. They attack that basket. We've had Sean Stewart attack the basket. We've had Filipowski attack it. We've had Mitchell attack it. We've had Proctor attack it. I love it. Everyone getting in on the dunking action. This is Buchanan going to go in with the left hand. Get his first points. Mitchell going left. Mitchell almost an and one as Buchanan gets his first. And there we go. 23 points is the margin right now. Here's your replay. Bang. Nicely done. Nicely done by Proctor. Yeah, it really is about whether or not we can just sort of ice the game here. Too bad they aren't ranked. Would be a better win. I think it's still a quad 2. They put their ACC thing up. Hold on. Trying to see if I can find it. Where they were putting up the resume. I don't know where Virginia is in the net. I think this is a quad 2. I mean, a win is still a win, right? You certainly don't want to lose it. But the like the margin of victory isn't really as important as just winning the game. Yeah, quad 2 is good. You'll take it. I mean, we have to we really just have to keep winning, right? We're like right now we were down at a 4 seed. Like that's it's insulting. It's insulting is what that is. A 4 seed is insulting. This team is way better than a 4 seed. Although I wouldn't feel too bad about going up against the number 1 seed in the Sweet 16 and coming out with a win. Right? Who are let's see 2024 bracket. No, TV Teddy is not officiating today. At least not the Duke game. He might be officiating another ACC game, but he's not officiating the Duke game. Let's see, Purdue, Arizona, Houston. We're in the bracket of Houston in Dallas. I mean, it's a home game for Houston. I don't really if you ask me, I'd rather play Arizona or Purdue. I would not want to play UConn or Houston. All right. So I'd rather be in a bracket that is Arizona or Purdue. Duke is expected to sign 7'1" Mulach this month. UNC isn't doing anything. Number 1 seed at it's where's UNC being? Where are they? They're like a 2 or a 3 somewhere. I don't. North Carolina. They are signing North Carolina as the automatic qualifier. Yo, Lunardi is off his rocker if he thinks that UNC is going to be the AQ out of the ACC, okay? That would imply that North Carolina is going to win the ACC tournament. No, not happening, okay? North Carolina hates the ACC tournament. They have won it no, you do not pick them to win the ACC tournament. I don't know when the last one was, but I don't think so. Not happening. Duke, yeah, Duke is winning the ACC tournament, not Carolina. Oh my! Almost a steal by Jared McCain there on the attempted offensive rebound, off the miss shot by Mitchell. Sorry. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday indeed, as our Blue Devils have given us quite the gift here, up by 23 against UVA at home. This game might be sleep-inducing, but it's not because of UVA's defense. It's because Duke put UVA so far in the ground that this game was over after the first 10 minutes. But I have to say, Duke has provided us plenty of fireworks even after that, with some high-flying dunks and some fantastic offense. Beautiful pass. Oh, McCain leaves it at the rim. It was a beautiful pass by Filipowski. It should have resulted in an assist for McCain. But unfortunately, McCain can't quite connect on that one. He's only got 2 points this afternoon. The ESPN commentary is defending the court storming. Oh my God. Okay. So as Ryan Dunn goes, okay, see, ready? This is the worst take. The worst take about court storming is the following: just win the game, duh, and you won't get the court stormed on you. Just win the game. No, I thankfully I did not see any of that from Twitter. I did not see any of that online. But like, I'm surprised some UNC fan or somebody just like didn't go out and say that. Just win the game, idiots. Like, you won't get court stormed, you just win the game, easy. Nice steal by McCain, and there he gets the finish there with the left hand. McCain gets his 2 points that he wanted from the previous possession. Because that would be the ultimate, like, bad take. Like, I do like the idea of, like, you have to lock down the court for, like, 30 seconds, and then you can storm the court after the 30 seconds. I thought that was a pretty good compromise, honestly. But it has to be sort of policed at the highest level. A nice cross-court pass by Mitchell, but Roach has his foot on the end line, and it's a turnover. Oh, Carson, you saw that too? That comment on YouTube? All right, maybe there are idiots out there like that. Honestly, that gives me very little hope about like the future of this country. If that's like what people are posting, yeah. Anyway, where I was getting at, however, yes, the NCAA needs to come out basically and say, if you have an uncontrolled court storming, then you just have to put the hammer down and say your team will suffer the consequence. Your team will be banned from postseason play. Like, that's it, right? Like, if you're really serious about it, and Filipowski quite serious about the offensive rebound off the Roach miss on the three, the NCAA has to say, look, here's the rule. It's 30 seconds. The other team gets to get off the court, and then you can storm the courts. But if your, athletic direct facilities can't, like, if just let players onto the court and there is contact between your fans and the opposing team's players, you're done. That's it. You're done. Like, zero tolerance policy, right? Like, I don't know who from UVA scored that one, but Sean Stewart basically had a steal and then he scuffed it. Oh my goodness, what a behind the back pass by Filipowski, but Stewart can't connect. Oh my goodness, Filipowski has come up with two amazing would have been assists that his teammate comes up short. McNeely goes in from three, and McNeely, that's 10 points for McNeely, as 22 points, as the margin is now only 22, but yeah. 13, it was Beekman, okay. Nick says he saw that take on Twitter too, along with the stupid take that Flip had it coming. Yeah, no, that's awful too, right? That's, you can't, like. But see, the problem is even finding $1 million doesn't. The money isn't worth. The money doesn't do anything. It's not. That's not where it hurts schools. Because because you just get a big booster to come in and donate you the $1 million back, and it's like some big like donor is gonna come in. Oh yeah, like I like my kid was on the court during the court storming. He had a great time. Here's $1 million to cover it. Like some rich dude's just gonna come in and like pay the fine, and it's like it doesn't matter, right? Like it just doesn't. It just doesn't matter. You have to be, the punishment has to be far severer. It has to be something around either conference tournament or NCAA like posting, whether it be the NIT or the NCAA tournament. And then you say, well, if a team isn't going to be in the tournament, then it doesn't matter for them. Like, okay, but then like, what are you going to do? The Clemson one is different. The football one is different. If you let's put it this way, you should have some sense of self-preservation. If I was storming the court, okay, I'm 6'3" and like 195, like 200 pounds. All right, I would not actually. I don't know if Filipowski would be that physically intimidating to me, like. Or like Mitchell, maybe Mitchell's a bit more, is like much bulkier actually. He's got more muscle than Flip, but like I don't know if I would be physically intimidated by Filipowski as like a student, right? So you just like run into him. If a football player, if you're storming the football field against a Clemson football player, that dude, and you like hit a Clemson football player, defensive tackle, offensive lineman, like that dude is putting you in the ground. Like that is like he's in full turtle shells. Like he's in full pads. Like you're just gonna you're gonna get slammed, man. Like you don't want that fight. But like against a basketball player, like sure, it doesn't matter. Like they don't have pads on. They're like, it's whatever. Football player. You're not making it out off the field in one piece, man. Can you imagine? The dude's gonna roll you. And he should. Duke almost never does it. We're told we're not supposed to, but we shouldn't, and no one should, yeah. Getting disqualified for court. I do. I think if the NCAA was actually serious about banning the court stormings, it's a DQ. A violation of whatever policy they come up with, right? If it's like you have to wait 30 seconds for the other team to get off the floor and then you can do it, and if you go before 30 seconds, that's the violation of the policy technically. Is TJ Power going to take it? And he's going to hit it. We got another 3-pointer from TJ. Nicely done by Power here at the 11-minute mark. I really do. And then it would be over. Like the court stormings would be, everything would be, nobody would be out of line. Also, I've seen the stuff that they do with game day operations. Like as soon as the game is over in Cameron, by the way, you'll see that there's people that line up around the court with a string. They're gonna run out there. They're gonna pull a string across the entire court. Nobody gets close, man. And they're ready to go as soon as that buzzer sounds. The problem with the Wake Forest game was that there were students. Now, perhaps Wake Forest's their game operations staff were well intended. You don't want to assume ill intent that they intentionally did not block the court or try to prevent students from getting onto the court. I mean, I'm not implying there was like some evil at work there, right? But they should have been ready. But there were Wake Forest students on the court before the zeros on the clock, which should never happen. I mean, who knows if there might have been Wake Forest fans who did get hurt. You'd never know, right? I don't think we'd ever know. Nobody would ever say or report that. But we have a timeout here. We got a Duke timeout. Duke had previously called timeout just to steady the ship a little bit. 63. Sorry, Proctor. Proctor's got 13. Who am I missing? Four, 6, 15. Proctor has 15 points. We were saying earlier about how we needed we've been wanting or waiting to see a really good game from Proctor, and this was finally it. I sort of had a counterpoint to that, which my counterpoint to that was that Tyrese Proctor has 19 assists and 5 turnovers in the last 5 games that he's played. So it was almost a 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. Even though he's only third in the ACC in assist to turnover as it is. I think Roach is the other one that's up there. But we were talking about how Proctor hadn't been scoring very much, but he had really been contributing to the game in many other ways, and the assists are primarily that, right? And so the numbers don't lie. 19 assists in 5 games. It's pretty impactful. It's dangerous for everyone involved, says Carson. It's also not a real court storm. You can hear them on the broadcast planning with several minutes left. They were favored to win the game. Yes, true. They were favored to win by 3.5 points. Yep. And winning throughout the second half, that's not the court storm is for crazy buzzer beaters or for national championships. I mean, from our standpoint, that's what the court storm means to us as Duke fans who are a bit more reasonable or classy, I guess. But for any other team, Duke is their Super Bowl. These other teams are not. Here's the difference. These other teams are not going into the season being we can win a national title. That is not what and if Wake Forest thinks that it can win a national title at the start of the season, it's delusional. It's pure hopium. It's pure cope, man. No. Duke comes into the season and knows that its goal is a national title. Right? Those are the expectations, and those are the expectations of the fans. Wake Forest comes into the season, and Wake Forest fans come into the season saying, oh, look, we have a home game against Duke, and we have home games against Carolina. Those are the games that I'm going to circle on my calendar, and I'm going to go and, those are the games I'm going to go to in person, and hopefully I'm going to be able to get a court storm out of it when we beat them. Because those are our Super Bowls. Those are our national championships. That's what Wake Forest fans are thinking, right? That's the logic. That's why Carson, that's why it doesn't equate, right? For them, it is their national championship. Because they end up taking the next game off. And they lose. That's it. It's the Super Bowl. That's it. They won their Super Bowl. That's it. That's all they had to do that season. Right? That's their logic. That's their thinking. Whether they recognize it or not. That's also why there's no court storm in Cameron because no win in Cameron is ever an upset. Because you're not going through the season being can't wait till we get a win in Cameron. And granted, there was one season where we were oh God, we had a terrible home record, but that's not what we're doing. Cylinder violation. Good Lord, man. That's a foul on. This year belongs to Purdue or Kansas or UConn. You think Purdue? I don't know. Purdue's lost a couple games. Also, Kansas has looked vulnerable. Kansas just lost today to Baylor. Kansas has been vulnerable to teams within its own conference. Kansas is not even going to win its own conference. Maybe they win the tournament. Maybe. That'd be interesting to see, actually, if they did. Nice by Filipowski, actually. And it's a shot clock violation. Duke's still playing really tough defense here. Up by 24 with 9 minutes to go. But yeah, Master, I mean, look, we make an Elite Eight run, I'm very happy. Filipowski might have been able to take a 3 there. Takes to the ACC and really tough shot, but it's not going to count anyway because he's going to get fouled. And Dunn going to get called for the foul. I have 4 fouls on Dunn. I don't think that's right, though. Three and 2. All right. And Filipowski makes them both at the free throw line. Actually, he's got 21 today. Incredible. They're making another Winnie the Pooh horror movie called... Oh, yeah, I saw that. I'm surprised that like the first one's successful enough for them to greenlight a sequel, honestly. Good defense here by Duke as UVA is going late into the shot clock again. That's going to rim out Ryan Dunn with the offensive rebound. It's a very rare offensive rebound here for UVA. Continue to tick time off the clock here. UVA managed to score so far 20 points in the second half, which is more than they scored in the first, and that's an air ball. So what, the third air ball here this afternoon? And Jalen Blake's going to come in. Maybe we'll, hopefully Blake's doesn't shoot an air ball. McCain, quiet today. Haven't really needed him very much. McCain to Filipowski. Filipowski extra pass. Mitchell gets it blocked, actually. Oof. Would have been another assist. I mean, Filipowski would have like 3 or 4 more assists if the teammates just were able to finish the plays. And here is Dunn. And that's no good, actually, there by Murray. Leaves it short. Yep. Filipowski down low. Take it. Oh, he misses the dunk. Damn. Mickey's Trap House. I don't know if I want to watch that horror movie, Nick. Shot by UVA, no good either. That was Elijah Gertrude there with a mid-range 2, thinking he could beat Jeremy Roach, but obviously not. Next whistle is the under 8 media timeout. 7 minutes to go here in the game. Shire trying to direct traffic, asking for the screen up top to spring McCain, which Filipowski obliges, and McCain, and one! And one, yeah, count that! The little one-handed shot by McCain. Filipowski and Shire having words there not quite on the same page. Anyway, beautiful game here by the guys today. Who is that foul on the Virginia side? That foul was charged to... they didn't charge a foul. They definitely did charge a foul. It's an and one. One. Oh, Gertrude there, 12. There you go. All right, that's the 4th team foul there for UVA. All right, folks. So anybody got plans for the rest of the weekend? Now that you got a happy outcome here of the Duke game, what are folks going to do with the rest of their weekend? I got to take the dog out right after this. We're going to do a quick sign off and then I'm out. There's got maybe 45 minutes of light left over here on the West Coast. All right, well, an hour from now, but very much looking forward to daylight savings or the unwinding of that next weekend. Because then I actually have light until 7 o'clock at night here in the West Coast, which is beautiful. Nick says they're ruining childhoods with the horror movies. UNC moves up. Duke also moves up, though. Duke right now at 10. Certainly playing like a top 10 team in the country right now. I would like it if UVA just didn't score for the next 6 minutes and 49 seconds. That would be okay with me. They're X3. All right, folks, we got only one more TV timeout to go. This is the kind of game that you're kind of worried that you're worried though that they're just gonna like cut away from. Like if we go over time, they'll just like cut away from our game to the next one. But in any case, welcome in everybody. Thank you very much for being here with us on this Saturday afternoon, celebrating this fantastic Duke performance. The guys are looking really good here. Wake Forest lost! Wake Forest lost again! Woo, baby! The hangover continues! Oh, boy. Yeah, Wake, you beat Duke, but what did it cost you? 2 games. 1 Duke win, and they lost the next 2. They're back on the bubble, boys. Get out of here. Oh, my goodness. Wake Forest, man. You know what? Keep storming the court, guys. It's gonna do you lots of good. Like we said, that was it. That was their Super Bowl. They stopped playing. They're done. They're done. Blake's feeding Ryan Young here. I don't know if we've seen the last of Filipowski. Maybe. Young putting a little hook shot up. Stewart tries to save it. Blake saves it, actually. Back to Stewart. Stewart attacking the rim. And he won't. He'll get denied by UVA, unfortunately. Great hustle there between Blakes and Stewart. 2 bench guys trying to really hustle here. Duke by 27 at the moment. McNeely for 3. That's no good. Stewart with the rebound. What's up, buddy? You're excited about Duke winning? Yes, you are, buddy. Good boy. Roach looking for 3 here. Roach too strong. Stewart with a strong rebound. Gonna give it to Blakes. Blakes is gonna try for 3. Oh, no. He's got to do some... He's got to work on his 3-point game. Come on, buddy. Up you go. There you go. Come here. Good boy. Blake's there with the steal. This might be a little easier for him if he doesn't take it too. He's going to give it to Roach. We're just going to pull it back out and run some clock here. Take 30 seconds. What's up, buddy? Yes. Who's a good puppy? Ready to go out, bud? Ready to go out? Roach just probing, killing time here. Gonna take the step back jump shot. Ooh, didn't go on that one. Beekman, no good. Ryan Young with the rebound. And neither team can hit anything at the moment, actually. McCain. Some fancy dribbling. Doesn't result in anything, though. We got 7 seconds on this shot clock. McCain's going to hoist from 3. Decent looking shot. Actually, not at all. And I take it back. I take it back. It was a terrible shot. That 3 was way off. 3-pointer, no good. And the offensive board to Beekman. And that doesn't go either. Actually, it does. Beekman 2 there. Beekman with 15 points to lead UVA. He's really... been trying to carry them. You can see he has to fake waste in the ACC tournament. Be careful with that one. Wake might actually think that he needs to win to get in. Quick programming note, 4 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Eastern time on Monday will be our game against NC State in Raleigh, a very tough game. I'd really like to see Duke come out like it did tonight, really assert itself and establish itself early. Then next Saturday will be the season the regular season finale against Carolina, assuming both teams win out. That game will be for at least to tie to share the ACC regular season, assuming that with a Duke win, those both teams will end up tied with one another. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? If Duke beats UNC next week and they finish tied to become co-champions, how do they decide who's the 1 seed in the tournament? I think it would be you go to tiebreakers like away record or like wins against common opponents. I don't quite remember, but yeah, there's like a whole series of tiebreakers. I'll look them up for. I will look up the tie-break scenarios for next weekend. We will have the full, like, I promise you, we will have the full breakdown there once that actually becomes, like, once we're actually, like, talking about, like, that would be the outcome. I'll take a look at those scenarios for y'all. But yeah, getting ready to take this one home here as soon as we get out of this timeout. Well, it's unclear who owns the tiebreaker, depending on what the tiebreaker is. Yeah. Wake Forest isn't the team to worry about in the ACC tournament. It's Clemson. Interesting. I mean, that Clemson game, remember, was tight. There were some shenanigans at the end of that game in Cameron. And so we're kind of lucky that we had that game at home, honestly. Agreed. The Clemson one is dangerous, for sure. Hi. Hey, bud. Hey. Say hi to everybody. He doesn't want to wave. 21 points for Flip tonight. Only 7 rebounds, but his night is over. Hubbard is in. He put a 3 in against Louisville in the game against Louisville on Wednesday. He's got some ACC points. Power's going to try it for 3. Looks long, but it's good. TJ Power with 6 tonight. 3 minutes here to go. And Beekman going to swing this one out here to Rhodey. Back to Beekman. Beekman's going to hoist 3. He was being guarded by Spencer Hubbard, and Beekman gets the better of it as he's got 18. Spencer Hubbard playing point guard here for the Blue Devils at the moment as he gives it up to Blakes. Everybody cheering in the second that Hubbard touches the ball. Ryan Young going to work it down low. Oh, that looked like a travel for a second. Actually finds Jordan Stewart. Great assist, Ryan Young to Stewart. He's got 6. Well, again, thanks everybody for joining us here on this Saturday as we wind down the last 150 some odd ticks here. Make sure to hit the like and the sub to come back for the game on Monday against NC State. And then we will have the Duke Carolina game, obviously, on next Saturday. And then we do have the double bye, regardless of what happens over the next couple games. So we'll pick things up the Thursday after that with the ACC tournament in DC. And we go as far as Duke goes. Until Duke loses, we are here. So we will be together for the rest of the season as we get into postseason play. Three-pointer on the way for UVA. No good there. That three-pointer by McNeely doesn't quite make it. Everyone in Cameron has stayed despite the blowout, which is incredible. The student section was packed early on. And nice pass outside. Ryan Young to TJ Power. Ooh, in and out. But Blake's with the offensive board. Right out to Hubbard. Hubbard! No. Just long on the three. Unfortunate. Oh. Oh my goodness. I wanted to see the 3-2. We have another minute and a half worth of time. I don't know why Virginia's fouling here, but okay. Could have been 2 games in a row, yeah. I don't know what this. The ESPN announcers were like, didn't you want to see it? Oh, I'm gonna buy it. Like what? Like what? What kind of answer is that? ESPN? Like, what a terrible answer. Jalen Blake's with the fancy handles, going to put up the mid-range jump shot, trying to beat Jeremy Roach. Can't get it to go. And it's a run out for UVA right now, Harris. And Hubbard just pushes him away. And Hubbard will take a foul. And we have to enter him into the score sheet. Spencer Hubbard for his foul. There you go. And Harris misses the first of the free throws. I'm pretty sure he's had a pretty terrible free throw shooting night. UVA only has one more game? Wow, a week from now. They're off this week. Oh. And Harris makes 1 out of 2. Those are his first points for the game. .80 seconds to go here as Hubbard brings it up, playing point now. Sean Stewart. Sean Stewart there off the glass, and that's a rebound actually by Begovic. And Hubbard, oh, Hubbard turns it over. He was going for the layup there. Begovic in the score sheet with a rebound though. Rhodey from the top for 3 for UVA, and Sean Stewart just his vertical, man, he just goes up there with 2 hands to grab rebounds. It's so impressive, man. Blake's going one-on-one here behind the back. Blake's going to try the Jeremy Roach impression again. He'll come up empty again, unfortunately for him. 25 seconds for UVA, and this is Rhodey. Defended by Hubbard, and that is going to end up with a Hubbard foul. So 2 fouls for Hubbard. And Rhodey only 1 of 2. Shire calls off the offense. That was an air ball on a free throw by UVA. That's how bad their offense is. UVA doesn't crack 50 again this season, and Duke just hammers Tony Bennett and the Virginia Cavaliers by 25 points here in Cameron on this Saturday. What an incredible performance here by the Blue Devils, who look to be playing their best basketball at the right time in March. Fantastic by our guys. This has been just an incredible game here by the gentlemen. 30 of 61, just shy of 50% from the floor. the 30% from the three-point line as well. You got Filipowski with a team high and game high 21 points. He had 7 rebounds. Sean Stewart, again, 8 rebounds for this kid, almost like the 9 he got the other night, which has been pretty incredible here. He's been playing really, really well with some great energy. 1 steal as well. Filipowski with only 2 assists. It really should have been 5. I mean, he left it on a platter for his teammates multiple times, and they weren't able to connect on that one. Between the 2 guards, however, Roach and Proctor, 10 assists, only 3 turnovers. You'll love to see that. Ryan Young actually had 3 assists himself. 21 points for Filipowski, 15 for Proctor, who had a phenomenal game. 6 of 8 and 3 of 4 from beyond the arc with the 4 rebounds and the 5 assists. Really nice for Proctor on that one. And then Mitchell with 10 points and just some great contributions all around. I mean, TJ Power contributed 6 points off 2 threes. Roach had 6 points, which really isn't a lot for Jeremy Roach, but you know what? Didn't need him tonight. That's totally fine. And Sean Stewart was 6 points. And then Jared McCain had 7. Again, kind of a tepid night for him, but hey, it worked out. 73 points to 48. Duke takes it. Very, very nice win here for the Blue Devils. Yes, that was a blowout. That was an old school, old-fashioned Duke blowout. You'll love to see it. Duke was favored by 9.5, and it wins by 25. Not only that, Duke went into the halftime locker room up 22 points, 40-18, as you can see there, and won the game by 25. We did not let up. We did not give Virginia any hope that they could get back into this game. We just slammed the door on them, kept it shut, and actually increased the lead in the second half. I mean, fantastic. Fantastic play by our guys. That's going to be the quick sign up for me. This little guy has got to go out on his walk, and he deserves it because he's been a great sport while we've been watching our Blue Devils. Yes, buddy, you deserve it. So we'll go on our walk here, even though it was almost raining. Hopefully it's not raining anymore. I will see you all back here on Monday for the game against NC State. All right, Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. See you there. Until then, have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe, everybody. Good night, and go Duke. See ya.